guys, it is Talk Boy here, and welcome back to another video where today I'm reviewing Joker. And what did I think about it? It's amazing. Now, Joker is a movie that came out like 2 days ago, and I saw it yesterday. I didn't review it yesterday because I had a lot to think about. Now, this movie is not now your average Joe superhero movie. First of all, it's not a superhero movie because there's no superhero in it. It's a comic book movie, but it's very dark. Now, I want to get this out of the way because I like this whole Joker controversy stuff. It's stupid. Please don't listen to it. Now, I understand if you don't like the movie, that's fine. You are allowed to not like the movie. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinions. But it is not saying violence is okay. It is not saying that, like, oh, they're being rude to the people with mental illness and stuff. It is not saying that stuff, like, at all. And yes, it's very violent. Or it's actually not. I mean, it's violent. It's violent. It should be rated R. If it was PG-13, that would not be good. What this movie is trying to convey is, and hopefully this isn't a spoiler, but like the working class versus the poorer class, and how we should really treat people with respect. At least that's what I got out of it. Now, I'm going to get into spoilers later in the review, but I will say spoilers then. But for now, I'm not going to get into spoilers. So, first, the big question. The big question. And I apologize to any of you that agree with the controversy. You're allowed to agree with that. I just disagree. I don't think it's saying that stuff. But anyway, the big question. How does this Joker hold up? Well, Joaquin Phoenix is so good. And, like, his laugh in it is insanely amazing. Because his laugh has, like, a kind of pain to it. Like, and I know many reviewers have said this, but, like, there's some scenes where he just laughs for, like, 2 minutes straight. And you can, like, you feel unsettled and also sad. And he has, like, he coughs during it, he chokes up, he holds his hand on his neck. It's not something that sometimes he laughs because he thinks it's funny. But other times it just happens and he doesn't think it's funny, but he can't control it. Which I think is really cool. How does it hold up in Joker Left History? One of the best. I think Mark Hamill's Joker is the best Joker laugh. And it's personally still my favorite. Then Heath Ledger. Then Joaquin Phoenix. Then Jared Leto. Wait, no, sorry. Jack Nicholson. 1966 one, and then Jared Leto. Sorry, Jared Leto. You weren't bad. You were just not my cup of tea. What I really like about this is how it conveys Gotham City, because this is a review from a film perspective and a huge comic book fan, or a huge Batman fan perspective. Now, Batman fan perspective, I'm going to start with. What I love about this is how they conveyed the Joker. One of my favorite Batman comic books of all time is Gotham by Gaslight. Now, I don't know why, it's an odd comic book to bring up because you're like, wait, isn't that based in, like, the time with Jack the Ripper? I think it's the 1800s in London. But it's that tone, that grittiness in Gotham, and like Batman the Animated Series, and in comics such as The Court of Owls, which I love The Court of Owls, and Batman The Long Halloween. That is that kind of Gotham, which I think they convey really well in this, and it's cool to see Arkham Asylum and all of that, and that really dark, gritty tone, because DC is different than Marvel in film perspective. Like, I haven't liked the DCEU films. I like what they're doing now. I really like what they're doing now. I haven't seen Shazam, but I like that kind of thing. That actually looks funny and good. I like that. But I didn't like Batman v Superman, except for that one scene where they're in the warehouse and they're beating people up. It shows it shows a really good thing of Gotham. Like, it shows Gotham at how I would think of it. I like this Joker. Joker is an insane character. It really it shows, like this one especially shows, especially or especially it shows the true darkness of the Joker, because this character is not just a goofy character. This person is insane and is blinded by what he believes. And as Batman says, you know, I can't do this as good as he can, so I'm just gonna let him say this.
In my years fighting crime, I've learned one truth: that every villain is the hero of his own story.
That's what Joker believes. He believes he is truly the hero, or the hero of his own story. And this portrays that perfectly. Or I don't know about perfectly, but great. It shows his darkness. It shows him going insane. Like, he imagines things that aren't truly there. And that's great. This holds up great to my expectations for comic bookness. Film perspective, even better. I'll try to do the non-spoiler cinematic stuff first. It's shot beautifully. Shot super well. I love how it's shot. It's like, you can tell it's in a dark and gritty area. Like, you feel really, like, when I was watching it, I felt really unsettled. Even in the non-scenes where, like, action's happening. Just him walking around Gotham City at night. And that score is phenomenal. Oh my gosh. This music at the beginning, I wasn't a huge fan of it, because I was like, oh, it's just cello, or it's fine. It matches the theme and the tone, but like, if it's just gonna stay like this, But then what I really, really, really like about it, and what changed it, is at the beginning, it's just a smooth cello, like in its seat, deep and sad and stuff. But as the Joker changes as a character, so does the music. It's like the music shows his personality and his changing. Because by the end of the movie, the music is, like, insane. And it gets more intense and more intense as Arthur changes and goes through things, which is a genius idea. And I've heard from many people, complaints that they've had is it's a lot like Taxi Driver and King of Comedy, but I haven't seen those movies, so that's not a complaint from me. I haven't seen a single one of those, which I should, but I haven't yet. So I can't complain about that. Are there any complaints that I had with this movie? So yeah, I'm gonna get into spoiler territory, so I'm gonna go ahead and give my non-spoiler score now, and I'm going to give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. Alright, we're on to spoilers, so spoilers, please step aside. I highly recommend this movie if you're allowed to watch it. Now, before you go and see it, it's dark. It's dark. There's not a huge amount of gore, but when there is gore, it's pretty gory. And it should be rated R. It's very dark and disturbing. So, just want to let you all know that before you go in. If you might want a therapist, I mean, it's not that bad. No, it's not. But that was a joke. I'm sorry. All right. First, I'm gonna start with this. Okay. Spoiler time. Comic book wise. Now, what do I think about the Waynes being in it and Bruce Wayne in it? I've heard some people not like that. I like it. I am fine with it not being a Joker standalone. Well, I mean, it's a Joker standalone film, but having other DC stuff, that actually makes me more happy, because it made me feel, this might sound weird, but it made me feel more safe. Because Joker, I felt really, the story is so dark and depressing, and just knowing that Batman's in this universe, and Batman's going to save these people and help them, it brings some comfort. It brought a lot of comfort, and I like that Bruce Wayne is in it as a kid, and I don't think he was shown that much. I think he was shown for like little times, and I like that. So I didn't have any complaints with that. I thought that was cool, and I really like. At first, I was scared because Joker walks into a like a performance thing to talk to the Thomas Wayne, and I thought that's when Bruce's parents were gonna get killed. And I was a bit disappointed. I was like, oh, that's gonna be when they're gonna die. And no, it wasn't. So I was like, yay. Why was I disappointed? Because it didn't say Zorro, and that they were watching Zorro, and it was during like a protest thing. And then at the end of the movie, I see a movie theater, and I see people going around with tear gas and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, the Wayne families are walking out of it. And then I look up, and I'm like, oh, this is probably when they're going to die. And then I look up, and it says Zorro. And I was like, oh, yes. And if you didn't know, Zorro is the movie that the Wayne family, when they were killed, that's the movie they went and saw, and then they left. After seeing that movie, it was Zorro. So I was like, before the Wayne family even came out, I saw it said Zorro, and I was like, oh shoot, hey guys, look, it says Zorro. I mean, they were like, oh no, Dad, that's pretty cool. They didn't tell me to shut up, but it was cool. I was really excited about that. I like that a lot. Now, what do I think about Thomas Wayne? Cool. I like that they're doing the thing that they did in Batman the Telltale series, where he's like not a gangster, but he's like a shady kind of guy who's not the greatest guy, and he's not like the perfect guy that Bruce thought of him as when he was growing up. He's kind of a jerk, and you don't. I like that. And what else do I like? So, wow, that sounded like I don't like much. Okay, now, film perspective. I love how the movie opens up with Joker laughing. Because it doesn't open up with a monologue. No expositional thing that they did in the Emoji Movie. No, I cannot make an Emoji Movie reference in a Joker movie. That doesn't make sense. They didn't just open it with an exposition or something. They open it with Joker laughing for like 2 minutes straight as the camera just zooms out slowly. Beautiful. Because then, and as the person I was watching it with had said, they're like, oh, when you see that opening, you're in for, you know what you're going to be in for. You can tell this is not just like a superhero movie. And it's a drama. It's a thriller. Like, you can really see that emotion. And what did I think about the twist that his girlfriend wasn't actually his girlfriend? I thought that was sick. That was awesome. The person I was watching with was like, oh, yeah, I guessed that from the beginning. And my detectiveness did not kick in, so I didn't see that. I should have. Or actually, I don't know. But I think that was really smart, because there's no way that, like, when he was following her around, and then she came up to his door and was like, were you following me? And he's like, yeah. And then he starts kissing her. I would be like, were you following me? And then he says, yeah. Then I would be like, boy, I'm calling the police. And I would not react the same way. So I like that cool twist. And this review has gone a lot longer than I expected, and I still have to edit some stuff. So I am going to end this here. I really enjoyed this movie. It's great. Great Easter eggs, great everything. Great for DC Comics fan, great if you like that mental insaneness. And with the talk show thing, I love how he shoots him in the end. Great. Amazing. Just beautifully shot, beautifully acted. I think Joaquin Phoenix should win an Oscar, honestly. And if he wins an Oscar, I will be jumping with glee. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!
That's the time you must keep on trying, smile. What's the use of crying? You find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile.